Hello, my name is Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Today's video is about schizophrenia and religious experiences. Now, if you don't already know, schizophrenia is a disorder where you can hallucinate, have delusions, paranoia, all sorts of things, and I myself have schizophrenia. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It helps us reach more people so we can get some more people in our community and help others understand schizophrenia. So, schizophrenia and religious experiences. Most of my schizophrenic episodes in psychosis were religious. So I thought that because my name's Gabriel, I thought I was connected to archangels, and it kind of worried me because the voices I would hear I thought were coming from the spiritual realm, and I thought that maybe I'm talking to God or I'm talking to archangels, and this made it hard because everything the voices said, since I thought it was a being of higher power, I believed everything they said, and this kind of drove me down into psychosis where I was hallucinating every day. I could feel things touching my back. It felt like bugs crawling on me. But a lot of people, they when they feel that, they associate it with bugs, and that's kind of what I felt. But I thought it was spirits touching me, and I would hallucinate like voices, and I would hear things whispering in my ear. It was usually this ear, if I remember right, and I could feel like a pulse when it would talk, and this freaked me out. It was pure psychosis, but it was based on religion. And I didn't grow up in a family that went to church or anything. I just kind of got these beliefs and started hallucinating, and I thought that my life was doomed, and it was not a fun experience. This was back in 2020. So that was my second psychosis. My first psychosis happened in 2015, and that was kind of paranormal religious too, because I would hear, I was recording, like doing EVPs to talk to ghosts, and then I stayed up doing that for 2 days. And when I stopped the EVPs, I was still hearing them, so I started hallucinating. And that was my first psychosis, and I got put in the hospital for 9.5 weeks for that psychosis. But believe it or not, my 2020 psychosis, I didn't get put in the hospital. I actually ended up recovering and then going to the hospital later to deal with my anxiety. But yeah, that's my experience on schizophrenia and religious experiences. So I think with people who grew up in a family, a religious family, it's probably a lot harder with schizophrenia because you have these, I guess, like people who are very religious, when they start hallucinating, they think that it's like archangels or spiritual beings talking to them. And I'm not going to tell people what to believe in and what not to believe in. I'm just sharing my experience. And in my experience, I learned to never listen to the voices and don't trust everything they say, because they can deceive you. And what if it was all a hallucination? But I'm not telling people what to believe in. I'm just sharing my experience, like I said. But yeah. Some common beliefs from a long time ago, like back in, I guess, medieval times, when people would hallucinate, everyone thought that they were talking to demons or whatever, and it must have been really hard for them back then because there wasn't this knowledge on schizophrenia, and we're still learning to this day. But I'm just grateful that I came out of psychosis, and I know you can do it too. And yeah, but there's a lot of people out there who have schizophrenia and who have been through psychosis that have religious experiences. And maybe it's not all schizophrenia, but it's certainly not all religious. I wouldn't think so. I think a lot of it is your mind playing tricks on you. And I like to look at psychosis as when you imaginate, but you can't tell that your imagination is fiction. So whatever you think about is like amplified, and it feels more real than it actually is. And then you go through experiences where you've proved yourself right. Like for me, something, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you think something and then you see proof of what you were thinking of, and you know that you were right. And this can make you trust yourself more than you should. So let's say you're thinking that something's a synchronicity, and then a video comes on talking about synchronicities. That makes you feel like your intuition was right. So the next time you imagine something, you immediately think what you imagined is right. And that's basically what I mean. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. Like the video, share it to family members who may want to see this. And Merry Christmas. My name's Gabriel, and I have what they call schizophrenia. Have a good night.